What's going on YouTube? C. Doug Fates here from All City Cuts, and we're back with another POV haircut tutorial. For those who do not know me, I'm a six-figure barber in the Beaver County area, providing straight value for you guys, and hopefully creating a bunch of other six-figure barbers so we can all have a change of life. You know, make a better life for your family, change your family tree. But right here, we're going to begin to extreme drop fade with the kind of a V taper in the back. So right here, I'm just debulking my client. Took this cut on a late Friday, so yeah, decided this haircut right here only took me 20 minutes. Once you get your system down, guys, you could cut hair as fast or as long as you want to take, as long as you know your system and rep out your system every haircut. I do not change my haircut system for anything. I use the same system on every single head. And the system that I use for my haircuts is the fade down method. But this haircut is going to be a POV tutorial, and we're going to get straight into it. So right here, we're just debulking with the two, making sure we're scooping out a little bit. I'm leaving that V a little bit heavy, but you don't want to leave it like a shelf, so I just flick it out a little bit. He likes a little flowy on the side, so that's why I keep brushing the hair out, making sure it sits right. This is my guy Mason. If anybody needs any electrical work, hit up my boy Mason. He's also in Beaver County, right outside the city of Pittsburgh. Yeah, I get excited to make these videos for you guys. A lot of my friends that are barbers and hopefully other barbers that watch these are super excited and tuned to get some education. I'm not the best at teaching, but I'm getting there, so yeah. Right here, after we knock down all the bulk, we're going back in. Actually, I think I hit it with a 3. Yeah, that was definitely a 3. So this might be the 2. If you guys have any haircut related questions, hair business, or just business questions in general, I answer all my comments and DMs. So if you want to DM me on Instagram, Facebook, or leave a comment in the comment section, my Instagram CDougFades, and my Instagram's that, and then my Facebook is Carson Douglas, and my TikTok CDougFades. I gotta check the comments and DMs on that, but. Right here we go, attacking the fade. We're going in with the trimmer and setting in our bald line. As you can see, we're doing a really low skin fade on this. Really making sure we drop it in the back because we want to keep a lot of that bulk. You guys will see when the haircut comes together how it all shapes in. This haircut used to scare the crap out of me at the beginning of my career, but as you get used to cutting people's hair in certain styles, you get really good at not being so afraid and comfortable with the situation. And right when we're done with the trimmers, we're going to grab the zero guard and start open. On all my fading steps, I always go open to close because it literally gives you zero. Like, you cannot mess up the fade when you go open to close. Now, if you go close to open, now you can leave the spot too light. You can leave it. You can just mess up the whole fade. My apologies for hearing the call in this video. My grandma's calling me. I'm going to see her later. But back into the video. So the reason why I'm going with the zero guard open is because on blonde hair, sometimes it's cool to test the waters because you don't really know how dense the hair is. So I like to go with the bigger guard open, and blonde hair is usually lighter. So I go open to close on all my guards. And sometimes you don't even have to fade out the whole bottom of the fade. You could just use blade open and play around with the lever. So that's the reason why I went with the big guard first instead of just going blade open and fading up into it. Kind of meeting the fader, fading out the top, bottom, and then meeting in the middle like a sandwich. You could call it a sandwich blend. You could call it whatever you want, whatever works best for you. But just going around all this, now I'm going with my one guard open, scooping out. Make sure we're leaving a bunch of weight because my client likes wearing it heavy on top, but also likes the sides short. So we gotta find a happy medium where this works for him. Now we're back here with the 2 guard. Make sure we're scooping it out. Make sure we're going off the side of the head and kind of wedging it out, so we're not digging into his fade too much. I know we already did the step at the beginning, but it's good to go back over the same steps. And this haircut, I went through all the bulk work and detailed. Like, this whole thing only took me 20 minutes. This video is going to be shorter because I'm going to fast forward it. But think about it, the whole entire haircut took me 20 minutes. Most people take 30 minutes, 45 minutes, but the only reason why I was able to get to that 20-minute mark is because I perfected the system that worked best for me. And I think it's the best system out there, and that's why I'm making this video, so hopefully you guys can take certain parts of the way I cut hair and use it in your own system and be able to give 15-20-minute haircuts. But as you can see, I'm with the blade open, closing down, trying to flick out the initial guideline that we set in way at the beginning of the fade. So yeah, this whole thing's pretty much blended out. The only thing I gotta do is get rid of that top shelf, the heavy weight line at the top. So, and this fade's pretty much done, guys. As you can see, blends right into what the bulk we need. Almost feels like an eraser, just chipping out the hair. The V in the back, I'm gonna be clipper over combing, so it's gonna be a little tighter. I think actually right here I do it. Yeah, so right here, the rest of this haircut is gonna be clipper over comb and scissors. As you can see, I look away at him, look straight on, because I want to make sure like one side of his head's not sticking out further than the other. You want to make sure you always look at the haircut from multiple angles. You can't just look at it sideways or like from the side the whole time, because if you do that, then he gets up, he looks at you, one side's sticking out further than the other. You gotta look at the haircut 160 degrees all over the head. Cannot stress that enough. There's been so many times earlier in my career where I did not do that and definitely left the fade lopsided, one side longer than the other. But right here in the clipper over comb, there's not really a wrong or right amount, but I could say less is more because you can't put it back on. So as you can see, I scoop in, wedge it out, take a little bit of hair off, and then we're checking it. We brush out. I brush it up so I can get all the loose hair out of it and make sure the hair lays the way it's supposed to lay. But here I am. We're getting into the V. Like I said, we're just clipper over combing it. I didn't want to hit this with a guard because I wanted to have a certain amount of weight on it. So as you can see, I'm going to be continuously brushing this because he does have a little bit of hat hair. He always comes from work, so. But I like fading his hair dry on the sides and then fading it, then wetting it and making sure the connection's all the way there. But as you can see, just detailing it while I have the blade open. I do not recommend doing scoops, but if you feel confident with it, you see hair and you could scoop it with the blade open, no guard, do it, but do it with caution. So what we're about almost 10 minutes, 12 minutes into this haircut and the whole fade's already done. Right here, we're getting to the lineup. You want to make sure you put this in a picture frame, guys. With blonde hair, you can kind of get away with just doing the fade, then line it up because it's not going to look too much different depending on the hair type. But you want to make sure when you do darker hair or any kind of other hair that you do the fade, line it up, and go back in detail. Because when you put the lineup on after the fade, there's going to be new lines that appear in the fade. So you want to make sure you erase those so you have almost a perfect fade and make sure the client's happy. I kind of like this POV style for recording, I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely different. Pretty easy to talk over. I feel like something's always moving. You're getting an actual POV of like what I look at and what's going on in the haircut instead of it just standing still. But yeah, there's the fade. If you guys like this video, it'd be the best if you could like, comment, subscribe. We're currently at 34 subscribers, so all 34 of you, shout out y'all. This is the day one videos where they suck. They're gonna get better from here. We got exciting stuff coming up, so exciting stuff coming up. If you subscribe now, turn on post notifications. There's gonna be weekly content. Right now I'm able to commit one video a week, which still takes me a couple days to make, but yeah, we locked in. So as you can see, the rest of this is more me detailing the fine areas of the fade, the hair that's still sticking out, the spots that don't look like the smoothness of the rest of the blend. So just refining up and going from there. But I don't know if you guys can tell, but in this haircut, I got through all my bulk steps and work, and then I lined it up, and then we're detailing it after. That is what I personally found as the most efficient way to cut hair while cutting in the shop. And it's easier to cut this way while recording too, because I'm recording POV style, so I don't have to sit there, cut one half of the head on one recording and then flip around, do the other half twice. I don't really like doing step or same steps twice. It just bothers me and it feels like it takes longer. I can still get them out in like 30-35 minutes doing it that way, but sometimes you get caught up in the fade or you get caught up in doing something, and yeah, it's rough. But here we are, we're putting the razor on them. Make sure you stay sharp. Most clients like the razor. Definitely recommend asking before just throwing the razor on someone. I've been cutting this dude since I was 19 years old, so, and I'm currently 23. So always want to make sure you put tension on the skin, pull away, and have the blade at a 45-degree angle. You should never cut anybody, just take your time. This part is refined. Just refine the line. As you can see, I'm using like the very tip edge, not the edge where I'm like about to cut him, but using the edge of the blade. Here we are going to the other side, same exact thing. Pull the skin tight right behind the blade. Tilt him where you need to be. Pull tight behind, and now we're going to use the inside of the blade. You can use the reverse or the backhand version. I personally don't like it. It feels super duper awkward to me, so I just do what's best for me, but you guys do what's best for you. Alright, so now we're getting to the scissor work. Depending on the haircut I'm doing, sometimes I like doing the scissor work first, or I do the scissor work last. For this particular situation, I did the scissor work last because the fade was real quick, got it all through, detailed it, and he likes leaving the bulk, so I like fading into the bulk and then trimming the bulk after. So I'm fully saturating the hair here, making sure it's all wet. You got a couple knots, make sure I'm brushing it all through, getting the water all the way through all the hair. I'm gonna fast forward through this part real quick, hold on. Now that the hair is fully saturated, we're going to get into the blending part with the shears. So this is called graduation or layering. I'm pulling the hair straight down off the head and taking off the wee little bit that's hanging out too far, so his hair really blends into the side of the fade and connects to the top. This step right here, guys, honestly changed my hair cutting with the scissors from really shitty mediocre to looks like I know what I'm doing. And I thought this was the same as clipper over comb, but it is two absolutely different things. I used to see barbers do this and like, they were just wasting their time. Why don't they just clipper over comb that? When you use the scissors and pull it down and over direct it where you want and use the clipper over comb underneath, it all connects. It's like a layered sandwich. It just all connects and works, trust me. So getting into the top of the hair, after I finish this last section, Alright, so getting to the top of the hair, I grabbed 3 to 4 sections going across, and I cut the middle, left, and right. Pull it up, taking about a quarter to a half off, and then we grab it and pull it to the right side and connect it into the side where we did the graduation at, and I grabbed that. And then also grab the back of the crown and connect that in as well while I'm in the back section. As you can see, there's that long spot and the short spot where we cut. Yep, grab and pull. Sometimes it might be a little more in the back, a little less, depending on how long the hair is, but it's all going to be even. That long stuff underneath the short stuff, you don't want that because it will leave it looking like a bowl cut. So you want to make sure all the hair lays kind of perfectly on top of each other and not heavy, so the hair can lay properly and not look like a bowl cut. Through this whole cut, you do not want it to look like a bowl cut. That's what layering and blending is for. A lot of barbers chop people and make them look like they have bowl cuts. So I grabbed my 3 to 4 sections. Now I'm using a traveling guideline here and pulling everything to the back. Because he also likes leaving the bangs longer, so you want to over direct that kind of more back and make sure it's all even. And when you over direct things a certain direction, it'll leave it either longer forward or longer backward. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe. If it helped you in any way, please leave a comment. Please let me know what you think of this video, but here's the final cut. I like the way it came out. When it dries, it's going to look how it did when it was longer dry. So yeah, I like this cut. He was 10 out of 10 happy, and the blend was all the way there. So see you guys in the next one. Peace.